Greetings, friends. This is Dr. Richard Marks, and welcome to A Murder Most Foul, The Life of a Hitman, a reading of my unpublished novel, In Chapters. I hope you'll enjoy it. Chapter 40, Then. Home is where the hit is. Waste management. It was my first contract back, a hit for a crime family on a drug dealer in New Jersey who had stepped on some toes. Some very powerful and unforgiving toes. I pulled up to his house. Actually, I parked a couple of blocks away. No reason to hide my M.O. I used my knife on the two bodyguards. As I scaled the fence, a fucking Doberman got me in the arm. I had to use the pistol and put one into its head. So a sidebar. Dogs are the bane of every contractor's existence. If I've killed 2,000 civilians, I've probably killed 20 dogs. I understand why the gooks put major bounties on our war dogs in Nam. I just can't believe that so many of them were abandoned when we put our tail between our legs and ran in '74. Sidebar number 2. Silencers. Silencers are not like in the movies. That cool little pfft. No way. Here's the problem. The report of a gun is twofold. First, the detonation of the powder in the bullet, which makes a sound, a loud bang. There's nothing you can do about that, short of wrapping your hand and the gun in a thick towel. But that interferes with everything. Cocking the gun, the ejection port on a semi-automatic, even a revolver can fail. Now the other part of the is the bullet breaking the sound barrier because of the speed, and much like lightning, that makes a bang sound as well. Our ears hear that as one sound, but it's not. That part of the sound can be mitigated with subsonic ammunition, but the smaller amount of gunpowder causes a semi-automatic to be too weak to compress the gas piston, and the gun won't recock. Fortunately, all the ammo I use is specifically calibrated by Walter, as is my PPK. So when I walked into the dining room and shot my mark in the right shoulder, taking out the entire humerus, he couldn't draw on me. I was ready to fire another round, which I did into his screaming wife, if only to shut her up. You stepped on some toes, Emilio. Some very powerful people are very unhappy with you. Please, I have money. What do you want? Please don't hurt my children. Emilio, I'm not here to hurt your children. How much did they pay? I'll double it, triple it. Emilio, amigo, you know how these people are. If I don't do my job, money will be worthless to me. You know that. The shock started to wear off, and the daughter, probably about 10 years old, started crying. You know, I grew up an orphan. It was a fucking horrible life. And with that, I shot both of his kids. Emilio tried to go for the gun he had under the table with his left hand. I put a round between his eyes. The next morning, the phone woke me up. It was Sec. My God, what did you do? 6 bodies and you fucking killed the dog? The guards, sure, but the wife and kids? I get that circumstances might have dictated, but the fucking dog, have you lost your mind? You know, Sec, that's entirely possible. They're very worried they're gonna take some heat for this, and they told me they won't use you again. Notch, these are powerful and ruthless people. It's fucking stupid to piss them off. Okay, no more Cosa Nostra work. I'll go back to run-of-the-mill scum. Run-of-the-mill scum doesn't pay like these guys do. Fuck, man, your little vacation really seems to have fucked you up. You have no idea, I replied. Take some time off. Go get yourself laid. Go to Montreal. The picking is top draw there. I'll call you when things cool down. 6 bodies when the job was for one. The bodyguards, that can be forgiven. But the whole family, shit, that's inexcusable. So let's talk about collateral damage. Wet work has many dangers, and causing collateral damage is a big, ugly one. As I said, most of the time that's dogs. But often someone wants to be a hero and goes for you in some bizarre fantasy that it will bring the mark back to life. It usually winds up that you have to do them as well. But multiple homicides bring the heat, and that's never a good thing. Bodyguards, when faced with certain death, bodyguards are quick to lay down their weapons. No use dying when their charge is already dead, and they know they're probably not going to get paid. But that brings us to the worst of all, cops. You can't kill a cop. It's a shitstorm. I've had to take out dirty cops, but never a cop on duty. Sometimes spouses, more often the co-adulterer, but popping cheaters while they're in bed together has a certain poetic quality. Since I don't do explosions, it's really messy and it's not in my skill set. I've kept collateral damage to a minimum. Besides, I'm a professional. I don't kill for free. Often. Thank you for listening to A Murder Most Foul, The Life of a Hitman, copyright 2025, as read by me, the author, Dr. Richard Marks. A new chapter will be posted each week. A Murder Most Foul is produced and recorded at Batavia Studios in Jakarta. This podcast and A Murder Most Foul, The Life of a Hitman are solely works of fiction, and any similarities to persons living or dead are merely coincidental. The music used in this podcast is the second movement of Franz Schubert's Piano Trio in E-flat, Opus 100. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to email me at drrichardmarks@gmail.com. That's drrichardmarcs@gmail.com. If you enjoy the show, please like and subscribe to the podcast and tell a friend. Thank you, and until next week, be more than you seem.